Hey everybody. Okay, after I did my exclusive review on the Sebenza, I mentioned, or in that video I mentioned that I do have other production folders that I like a lot, even though I think the Sebenza is the best thing around. Not everyone wants to spend that kind of money on a knife, and I have plenty of alternatives for them. This is, I guess, what you call the favorites of my production knife collection at the moment. I have more on the way. I should be getting an orange military tomorrow, and then an Atlantic Salt, no, a Pacific Salt from Spyderco pretty soon. But, alright, so, let's start with Benchmades here. Here's the cheapest Benchmade I have. This is a Pika, not the Pika 2, this is the original Pika. These are made in Taiwan, not USA, but honestly, like, it's solid. Solid lockup, really sharp, very lightweight. It's got a really, really low carry clip. Granted, it does not tip up, it's tipped down. But if you want a really cheap knife that's from a reputable brand, this is definitely worth considering. I think you can pick one of these up for like $30 or less. My next Benchmades are like my favorite ones. These are models that every Benchmade fan should have. This is the 551 Griptilian, plain edge, as most of my knives are. 154 cm steel. They used to be 440C, now they're 154 cm. You can get them in D2 from Cabela's, but I'm just not going to bother with that. This is the new orange model, as you can see. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan of anything orange. It's got really great handle, and it's got that, great axis lock. Honestly, like, I almost want to say this is a better choice than a Spyderco Endura, but I can't because I love Spyderco too much. But this is definitely one of the best all-around knives you could ever find, because I mean, it's lightweight, it's got an incredibly strong lock, it's got great grip, very comfortable, and it's got a great blade steel and a flat grind, which is really great for utility work. So it's actually, it looks like a Scotch-Brite or a satin finish, but it's like half that and half stonewash. If you look really close, there's no way you're going to be able to see it in this shot, but it looks a little bit stonewashed, like some of Benchmade's blades are, kind of like what Chris Reed does. So that's that one. And you'll notice I also put the Parkerized clip on here. I request them from Benchmade because I hate the painted clips. These are Parkerized. It's a very strong finish, and it says Benchmade USA instead of just Benchmade. Here's the clip that I pulled off this blue one here. See, this is the crappy painted ones that just say Benchmade on them, and you see how they get all scratched up. They're just not the same. I don't know why Benchmade, did this. It's another cost-cutting thing that just lowers the quality of their product. I think it's stupid. Luckily, they still have the Parkerized ones available. This is the Mini Griptilian, 556, I think. Sounds right. Just miniature version of this, same exact stuff. Blue handle. I mean, as you can tell, I like colors. Not everything needs to be black, guys. Black is kind of boring. Get colors, it's fun, and tends to be more acceptable with people who don't like knives. And this is just as awesome as the big one. If you want something slightly smaller, with just all the same features, great blade steel, great lock, great handle, get the mini version. And then if you prefer a hole instead of a thumb stud, they've got that too. This is flat ground, but they've got the hollow ground version, which is a modified sheep's foot blade, hollow ground with a Spyderco type opening hole. It's not oval anymore like it used to be. It's actually a full round hole. So I'm actually thinking about getting one of those. Though I wish they would bring back some of their old colors. They used to have lime green and purple. They don't have them anymore. They only have blue and yellow and black. There's no mini orange yet. And then this is the first model to ever have an axis lock. This is the 710 by McHenry & Williams, as you can kind of see there. I really need to get a better camera. This is 154 cm. It's an older version. Now they have it in D2 only. There's also special editions that are like M4, but those are really hard to find. Same finish on the blade as the Griptilian, but it's a recurve blade. It's about 4 inches long. It's nice. It's kind of like a fighting knife almost. Like people compare this to the Spyderco Military a lot. I prefer the military personally because I'm you know, just a general Spyderco fan. But this is still a really cool knife. It's got steel liners that are drilled out, so they're not that heavy. G10 handle, but this is kind of a different G10 than what I'm used to. It's nothing like what Spyderco has for their G10. It's a lot more plasticky feeling. Again, replace the clip with the better one. And it's just a fun knife to flick around, you know. It just opens really fast. It's well weighted. It's definitely one of Benchmade's most popular models. So one of the more expensive ones, though. So depends on what you want to look at. I mean, most of my knives here are not the cheapest thing here, but they're a lot cheaper than Sebenza's. Okay, moving on to Spyderco. Spyderco, in my opinion, is the best production company out there. They have a ton of choice, and they also have the best edge geometry. You know, everything they make is just razor sharp. This is the native. This is the only knife, as far as I know, that you can get with S30V steel with the FRN fiberglass handles. Still made in Golden, Colorado, where a lot of their other stuff is made in Japan. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. They both have the same quality standards, but people like to see that USA branding on their stuff. It's very, very lightweight, great pointy tip, deep hollow grind, pretty good ergonomics, really grippy jimping right here. You know, I know Nothing Fancy doesn't like this knife, but I like this knife. So definitely consider it. I think these are like $50, $60, I don't remember. Bought it a long time ago. Okay, now this is my girly knife. This is my Endura 4 in magenta. They call it pink, but it's like neon pink, so it's magenta. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Pink knives are cool. You know, again, color. You know, you got to be a real man to carry a pink knife, right? I just think it's cool. You know, it doesn't have the black clip like all the other ones do. You can get this knife in the same color, the native. That one, all the money, or not all the money, part of the money goes to breast cancer research. Not the story for the Enduras and Delicas in pink. But you know, whatever. I just think the pink is cool. You know, everybody's got black, so why not have something different? They have it in foliage green, but that was a limited production, so that's hard to find now. And then they have it in British Racing green, which is ZDP 189 steel, which I'm not a fan of, so I prefer VG10. So I got the pink, and I love it. There's nothing wrong with it. I've got the white version too. I just don't have that on the table here. So you can get white if you don't want pink. But again, they can be hard to find. They also have an Endura 4 wave, but this is an Endura 3 wave. Very, very hard to find. Silver clip with the black logo. Same color handle as the Endura 4 wave, but it's a hollow grind instead of a flat grind. It's got a slightly different blade shape. No steel liners. It's much lighter. I prefer this. Not that I wouldn't have an Endura 4 wave. I'm actually thinking about buying one, but I probably will never get rid of this knife because it's pretty rare. It's probably the rarest Spyderco I have, and I love it. If you can find one, I highly suggest picking it up. Here's the Delica 4 wave. So this does have the steel liners. It's pretty much the same weight as this Endura, so that's pretty impressive. It's a smaller knife. This is a bigger knife, and it's the same weight. But it's flat grind instead of hollow grind, shorter blade. But you know, you get the idea. Whether you like the Endura 3 or Endura 4 or Delica 3 or 4, you know, it's up to you. But the 3s are really hard to find these days. Okay, this is the Cali 3 G10 handle, flat grind VG10. A lot of people consider this like the best pocket knife that Spyderco ever made. I would agree with that. It's a pretty great little knife. Great alternative to the Delica if you want to spend some more money. Granted, they do have a Delica and Endura now with G10 handles and a full flat grind blade, but it's a different shape altogether, so you got to question whether you like the Cali 3 better or the Delica better. Running out of time here, got to finish up quick. Carbon fiber Kiwi. Awesome, awesome little knife. Most unique looking knife I've ever seen, I think. I love the way it feels in your hand. It's a great small knife. Get one. And they've got a Copa carbon fiber coming out very soon too. Stainless steel police. Granted, you know, Nothing Fancy hates these stainless steel things, but I don't really carry them. I just have them from collection. I'm going to get the G10 version. You know, it's a big knife if you like big Spydercos. It's heavy, so if you don't want heavy, get the G10 version. And the G10 version is flat ground too. And then this is an old stainless steel half serrated Endura 3. It's an AUS 6 steel. So this is an older one. The only reason I have this is because it was a gift. I normally hate combo edges. So that's that. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks.